Hello and welcome to today's Glow by Heartfulness webinars. GLOW is an acronym for Genuine Loving Outstanding Women, and it's a series of webinars whose mission is to compassionately empower women through the tool of meditation. We focus on creating a support system for women where they can navigate life's challenges and strive to be the best they can be in their personal and professional ventures. Each webinar offers an introduction to heartfulness, relaxation, and meditation with follow-on instructions. Heartfulness meditation is present in over 150 countries with thousands of certified trainers and volunteers. We teach heart-based meditation, where we meditate on the source of light and love in the heart and in the presence of yogic transmission or pranahuti, which is imparted by the guide. Some of us must have tried meditation before, and those of us who have tried would know how difficult it is to meditate when you have to regulate the mind and focus it on a single object of meditation. But I can guarantee this to you that with the heartfulness system, it's quite easy and simple to meditate because from the day one, we meditate on the source of light in the heart in the presence of yogic transmission, and that does all the magic. Today on the GLOW webinars, we have Colleen Chulis with us, who is from SAP Success Factor, and she's going to talk about modern motherhood and work-life balance. So you might be wondering, who is Colleen Chulis and why is she going to talk about work-life balance? You must be familiar with this video, which went viral on LinkedIn. And there is this cute little girl who's Colin's daughter, and she's mimicking her mother at work. This video on LinkedIn has 15 million views and over 50,000 comments. So what makes this video special? Okay, so we've all seen videos of young little girls mimicking their mothers, applying lipstick or wearing high heels. How many of us have seen young girls mimicking their mothers at work? Just watch this 1-minute video of Colin's daughter who is mimicking her mother at work, and then I'll come back and talk more about Colin. Thank you for joining us today.
Okay, I'm signed in. Hello, hi Jennifer. So, guys, be quiet. Go get your clothes. Yeah, sorry about that. So tonight is gonna be fun. Yeah. Yeah. So we're yeah, the dog is very crazy. Yeah, I know what you mean. So yeah. Yeah, it's hard to multitask, you know? Yeah. So we're just going very well, and everything's going good. So. Yeah. Hold 1 second. Guys, you have to go upstairs and get ready. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. They're just, I'll have to call you back a little later. Yeah, the kids are going all crazy and I'm about to get on a Zoom call. Yeah, sorry. Turn that. All good. Guys, I'm in a Zoom call. Please leave. Do not come in.
Colleen Chulis is the Regional Vice President of SAP Success Factors for regulated industries in North America. Colin brings over 15 years of experience in global technology sales and customer success and is passionate about partnering with customers in regulated industry space in their HXM journey. She's also actively involved as a board member for the Music Resource Center of Charlottesville and volunteers with International Neighbors, which helps equips refugee neighbors with the network and skills needed to thrive in Charlottesville. Thank you so much, Colin, for joining us today after your wonderful viral video of your daughter. It's an honor to have you with us, and a warm welcome once again.
Thank you so much. It's exciting to be here.
So as we talk about the modern motherhood and the challenges associated with it and how we balance this in the workplace, with our home, with our lives, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So first off, thank you again for having me here. I'm so excited to be here. So I am a mom of 3 children. I have a boy, Luke, who's 10, my daughter, who now a lot of people have seen, Adele, who's 9, and my son, Declan, who's 6. Live in Charlottesville, Virginia, which is a small town in Virginia where University of Virginia is located actually. And I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So my husband coaches the men's soccer team here at University of Virginia, which is why we ended up here. And it's a wonderful place to raise children. And I've always been I've been in business or in sales since a year after graduating from university. So I've gone through all the different ups and downs of, going through it, both as just a human, but as also a woman and as a mother. And so I'm excited to talk to you today.
Thank you so much, Colin. That is so exciting, soccer and sales, and your family is so beautiful. Thank you for joining us. So how has the pandemic affected you and the mothers like you around you?
I have to say that I feel very lucky and blessed. I mean, we have not had any death directly in my family, although I, of course, have friends who've been, terribly affected. And my family's been, somewhat okay directly. And my husband and I have been able to keep our jobs. So we are very, very, very thankful, but also reminds us to really give back as much as we can to those who have not been, so fortunate based on the industries that they're in. But, I think it was an interesting change for us because typically my husband works outside of the home and I am more working from home or traveling for work. But I would say I'm the parent that's kind of here a bit more during the day. And that flipped very much for COVID, right? So my husband actually couldn't go into the office and they were just shut down for a few months. So he became kind of the main parent, did all the learnings and do, all the teaching and the cooking and the everything. And it was crazy because we went from seeing him just at dinner time and bedtime every day to him being here 24/7 all the time. And then I kind of was really focused in on work as much as I could during that time because I'm in sales. And so we're used to meeting with customers and we were trying to understand how is COVID affecting different industries? What can we do to help our customers? What can we, let's kind of stop focusing on selling and making sure that our customers are okay and our employees are okay. So I spent a lot of time working, just kind of being glued to my computer, trying to figure out what am I doing? So, but it was good. The kids were home for quite a while and, everyone did well. I think what's interesting now is we're so extra, you see everything from a different lens. So right now, swim team is starting up for the summer. And in past years, I was always thinking, oh gosh, it's Wednesday night, swim team meets, they're so long, they're so hot every Wednesday. And now I can't wait till Wednesday night. I'm like, yes, we get to go to swim team. This is going to be so much fun. So, it definitely changes your perspective and lets you focus in on what's important.
Thank you, Colin. So, with that 1-minute video of your daughter, which went viral, you kind of normalized the whole weird new normal situation as a mother, as a parent. Would you like to talk a little bit about that weird new normal with relation to the video of your daughter?
Absolutely. I mean, it's not, when you think about people working, they go to work, right? It's very hard working in your own home environment. And then especially if you have kids. And I think that's why everyone thought it was so funny because almost everyone will say, I do that exact same thing. That's exactly what it looks like in my house. I'm trying to get my work done, or I'm on a video call, or I'm on a call, and a child needs something. Because of course, a little kid will always need something, right? They want the TV changed, or they want to go outside, or whatever it is. Even if you have a babysitter here to help watch the kids, they still want the parent. So I think it was funny. It was obviously hilarious. I mean, I still laugh when I watch it because my daughter just she just does me so well. She's like she knows exactly how to act me out. So it was kind of the new normal, I think, and moving forward with the hybrid workplace that I think a lot of companies are going to adopt, it's going to continue to be the new normal, right? Not everyone now needs to go into the office every single day and do the crazy commutes. And I don't think they should, but we do need to figure out what that flexibility looks like and what the new home life looks like. And hopefully it won't be as extreme moving forward, but it was certainly wild.
So you mentioned in the news and also on the webinar right now that your husband is a very hands-on father, but not many families have that luxury. Do you have some tips for those families who don't have that kind of luxury? I mean, not as an expert parent or as an expert in parenting, as a coach or so on, but as just a normal working mother to another working mother.
Yes. And I am so thankful for my husband for really doing so much. It was something we talked about a lot before we even got married. You know, I'm going to be a working mom. Are you okay with that? Are you willing to do that? I mean, we talked about this before we were even engaged, because I kind of knew who I was, and I didn't think I was likely going to change and all of a sudden want to be, baking bread during the day, which many of my friends do and love, but that's something that I would not enjoy. So that is our life. I mean, I think that it's important to ask for help wherever you can. I mean, I ask for help. I remember, I have a therapist that I speak to about once a month, and early on in my, in working with her, I remember saying, oh, I feel so guilty because I rarely cook home cooked meals. Now that's changed during COVID. I cook a lot of home cooked meals now. I'm proud of myself, but I just used to not. And she said, why would that make you feel guilty? Are your kids healthy? Do you spend time with them? And I said, yes, we always sit together, but a lot of times we're bringing something home, or it's pre-cooked, pre-made, or it's just kind of basic stuff. And she said, that's your own thing in your head, that you're trying to act like you have to cook the meal for your children. You're still feeding them healthy food. You're spending time, you're sitting with them during dinner time. Take that pressure off of yourself. So I would recommend that. I mean, what's the real reason why you feel compelled to feel bad about something? Is there a way to outsource it? Is there a way to make it easier on yourself? That's okay, right? I think we all want to be perfect, and we want to have the beautiful packages for friends' birthday parties and whichever, but you don't have to. That's on you. So as soon as I realized I was doing that to myself, I was making it harder on myself and just kind of feeling guilty when I didn't need to. That was certainly freeing for me. So I think that's important. And then also, just if the person is a single mom in the workplace, finding an employer that really allows them to be flexible. I think that's important. If you have an opportunity, if you have a choice to be flexible and to have a manager who understands and who says, of course, you don't have to be in exactly at 9 a.m. You can start working at 10 a.m. I know you'll make it up during the day, or I know you'll get it done. I think it's important that women really look for employers like that, because our lives don't fit into that box as much as, sometimes. I mean, yes, certain employers you have to. If you're a doctor, you have to be there at 9 a.m. I understand that. But if there's any flexibility and you can find a company that understands, that's helpful. My company, SAP, SuccessFactors, they're very flexible. They trust you a lot, and I need that, right? That's important to me, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here. So those would just be, I guess, a few thoughts.
Thank you so much, Colin. There are a few things which really struck a chord with me. One is when you talk with your therapist, you were talking about how you spend time with your children. You sit down and chat with them and spend time. And that was something which really resonated with me. And when we are on that topic, I would like to ask you this question about enthusiasm, because enthusiasm is a big key in our life's joy. You have just brought out the hilarious from the midst of the despair in, taking a video of your daughter. On the same spirit, how can mothers and parents and other caregivers in general help retain the spirit of enthusiasm while parenting and also dealing with everyday life stressful situations? Because sales, I'm sure, is not a very easy choice of career. There could be a lot of stress, and especially during these pandemic times. What would be your tips for somebody who wants to create more enthusiasm and joy in their journey of parenting?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think that's an amazing question, because it's something I've actually thought about a lot over the years, because I think everyone's trying to be happy, right? Everyone's trying to be happy. And it's really hard to be happy. It's hard to stay happy. In fact, I think if you strive for happiness, you probably are, you're gonna feel like you didn't hit the mark. At least that's how I feel. I'm not naturally happy all day long, but you can, like you just mentioned, you can find joy in moments. And I think that's what's really fun to look for. So what are the joy in moments and little moments that make you happy? Could it be a cup of coffee in the morning? Could it be, taking a bath during the evening, reading a book? And then with my kids, I also, again, with my therapist, I had to figure out there are certain things about motherhood that I just didn't like to do. And I think a lot of parents don't allow themselves to say, I don't like to play make-believe, or maybe I don't like to craft. Now, I love to craft, but I don't like to play make-believe. So I had to really just kind of decide, okay, I want to do the things that really make me happy, and the kids are going to see that. So I can sit there and craft all day. I love going on walks. I love reading books. I love cuddling on the couch and watching a movie. I love throwing a ball. I don't love like playing with animals, pretending. So just being aware of where I found joy as a parent and trying to do more of that, and then not feel guilty about saying, no, I'm not going to play that, but I'll play this. It sounds little, but you spend a lot of your time with your children on the weekends and trying to find joy, like you said. So I just try to look for those little moments. And even if you have a really hard day, a really long, stressful day, and it's been hard, if you can look back and think like that one thing that made you laugh, or that really nice text message that you got from a friend and you're going to save for a bad day. That to me is finding joy versus just trying to be happy all day long, which is very hard to do.
Yeah, you said it right. It's not easy to just always be happy when we are around kids, because, they have a way to.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. But at the same time, it's also an art to be enthusiastic all the time. And that's really nice the way you said it. Find those little moments of joy for yourself, which you can translate and try to extrapolate when you're actually spending time with your children. That's wonderful. So going back to the video of your daughter, she's a star now, right? How does that make her feel? And how does that make you feel? How does that make your family feel?
It's crazy. It's very fun. I remember I literally was Googling what to do when you go viral, like the first few days. Cause I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. There are no articles on that, unfortunately, although maybe I should write one, even though I still don't know what to do. But it was just exciting. It was crazy to see the numbers climb. It was wild. People were texting me, oh my gosh, she's at 1 million. Oh my gosh, she's at 3 million. And this is on LinkedIn. This isn't on YouTube or TikTok or any of the other things that you would think would kind of be more viral type. But it definitely went viral. And it was so also neat to see all the comments from around the world, which is why we're talking, I'm sure. And many of the comments I had to translate, using a translation tool, because people it struck them, even though they didn't understand what she was saying, they could understand what was going on. So she's very normal about it. I don't think she really even thinks about it that much. Her life is normal as can be. I do have a lot of friends saying, you really need to get her in acting classes. She needs to do some acting. So we'll try to figure out how to fit that in. She really loves playing sports. So But yes, I think she has a natural acting ability. It's just trying to figure out how to make it work.
I found a lot of negative comments also on your video, that was kind of surprising to me. But, people go through a lot of things. So whatever that is, I hope they all find peace. But, how did you handle the negative comments? Because when I think about it, on one side, when a young girl tries to enact out her mother in applying makeup or wearing in fashion statements, probably you would have a negative comment saying, oh, you should be a better role model. And that would also be a negative comment. Or suppose a young boy tries to, mimic his father or his mother, you would, I don't know, what would somebody's reaction? So either ways, you see, there could be positive, there could be negative reaction. So what did you feel when you saw negative comments, and how did you process that?
Yes, that was another thing I would have never anticipated, right? So I remember people started sharing this video, and I'm like, gosh, this is weird. I don't even know who this person is. The first night, like, why are people sharing this video? And then, yes, there were some negative comments, although I would say almost all were extremely positive. Something that I loved, I felt like I had this army of strong I don't even know what the word is, but I had this army of people behind me that they had my back, because whenever someone did write a negative comment, there would be like 10 people below saying, don't say that, you don't know what you're talking about, so it was kind of funny. I everyone just kind of defended me, without me having to do anything. I just kind of read a few of them. I would say a few of them were, you should look at what you're doing with your time. Your daughter obviously is craving your attention. Well, okay. My daughter is the one who made the video, and I'm the one taking the video of her. She's poking fun at me. I'm laughing at it. It's not this cry for help. Of course, I could give her more time. Of course, I'm a working parent, but I do find my time to be with my kids very, very intentional. So of course it goes through your mind. Are they right? Am I a bad parent? Should I give them more time? But that canceled out with talking to people and thinking it through. There were other people just saying, this makes me feel sad, or wow, this is sad. Poor girl, or the mom's priorities are incorrect, things like that. And I just think, you have no idea, you're just commenting on a little tiny video clip, so I can't really take you seriously. There's going to be people out there that write things like that all the time, and I think to myself, how strange to comment on someone else in a negative way. It certainly doesn't add any good to the world. And I loved how you said that you hope that they find peace. I'm going to have to remind myself of that in the future. But it was interesting, and I think that I loved your idea of there's so many images of the girl applying lipstick, right? There's so many of those. We've seen it in movies, we've seen it in ads where a little girl's dressed up with her mom's high heels and walking down. I mean, you can picture that image in your mind. There are not really many images out there of a little girl pretending to be her mom at work, specifically within a business context at a computer. And I think perhaps it made some people feel uncomfortable. It's just not an image that they're not used to seeing. But this is reality. And I think more and more people are saying, this is reality. This is reality for me. And that's why it did resonate with so many people. But it was crazy to see how strong of reactions I received. And I received a lot of internal messages as well, where people sent me really nice things. I mean, just incredible. They spent the time to write me paragraph after paragraph on, this is how this made me feel, or this reminds me when I was a working mom 30 years ago. You're doing a great job. I mean, I have saved all of these, and one day I'm going to put them into a book for Adele. It's on my to-do list, but it really did elicit a strong reaction from so many people.
Probably, like you said, they have not come across such an image of a young girl mimicking her mother at work. That was a really strong, powerful statement you left me with. So, I mean, we just have to get used to the fact that, young girls can mimic their mother at work. But coming to fathers, do you have something to say to fathers? What would your thoughts be to fathers, especially at this time when the mother is working and young girls are mimicking their mother at work?
There's so many wonderful fathers out there, and there's so many men that are doing the best that they can with the information that they have, right? They know a certain amount of information, but life is changing, and roles are changing, and the world has changed. I mean, that's a fact. That's an absolute fact. So just ensuring that any fathers are also being open to change and open to different roles, and to ensure that flexibility and being helpful in the home, and doing maybe a little extra. I think that the lines have blurred, and it probably makes certain people maybe feel very uncomfortable, because it's easier when there's very strong rules, right? You know where you stand. Well, now the world has changed, as you said, and the rules are blurred. So for fathers out there, just to continue to be wonderful and loving, and doing all the things they can do, but also just remind themselves that things are changing, and they have to try to be open to maybe also changing their role a little bit.
Thank you so much, Colin. So as we draw to a close of this webinar, I would like to request all the participants to join us in a session of heartfulness, relaxation, and meditation. You need no experience to try this for the first time now. Parenting in the spirit of heartfulness ethos means just to be present, to be aware and conscious of the child's needs, emotions, and to be observant and be interested. Daaji, the global guide of heartfulness, once said that if we show interest, if we observe, and if we gently guide our children towards the art of observation and taking interest in things around them, in being enthusiastic, that would be the panacea for everything. So, like Colleen and her daughter who observed her mother and took interest in her mother's work, I think all of us can aspire to be, wonderful parents. So, on that note of observation and interest, I would request all of you to gently be guided by my voice and slip into meditation. So, let's start now. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Let's begin from the toes. Wiggle your toes. Feel them relaxed. Relax your feet. Feel an energy from Mother Earth rising through your feet, rising up through your legs, and relaxing your legs as it rises up. This energy rises, relaxes your calf muscles, and as it rises up, it relaxes gently your knees. As this energy rises up, it relaxes your thighs, your hips, your stomach. Allow this soothing energy to relax your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back. And as your back is soothingly, comfortably relaxed, gently bring your awareness to your chest area and feel this energy relaxing your chest area, slowly rising up and relaxing your shoulders. And this energy is now flowing through your arms, relaxing your arms, both your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrist, palm, fingers, fingertips. As it oozes out of your fingers and fingertips, feel your arms completely relaxed. As your arms are completely relaxed, feel this energy rising and relaxing your neck. The knots, tensions, cords, threads in your neck are dissolving away. As the tension in your neck is melting away, feel your neck completely relaxed. Allow this energy to relax the muscles in your head. Relax your jaws, cheeks, ears, earlobe, lips, nose, eyes, forehead, till the tip of your head. Your whole head is completely relaxed. Scan your system, scan your body completely. Take a few seconds, few moments to scan your body. As you scan your body, please assess if any part of your body needs to be relaxed. Please allow this energy to flow to that part of the body and relax it. As your body is completely getting relaxed, gently bring your awareness to your heart. Your heart is the seat of love and light. Let's meditate for 5 to 10 minutes. Let's meditate for a few minutes on this light and love in the heart. As you meditate on your heart, feel this light pulling you, drawing you deep within your heart, and you slip into meditation deep in your heart. If there are other thoughts coming up in your mind, gently brush them away and bring your attention back to your heart. Let's meditate together for a few minutes. Gently open your eyes when you are ready. Thank you for joining us in the meditation session. So towards the end of this webinar, there would be a few resources for all the participants. And please stay tuned and avail those resources. If you have any questions for Colleen, you can drop them in the comments below and she would answer them. Thank you so much, Colleen, for joining us today. It's been really so nice talking to you. It's been a joyful time spending this time with you. And I hope we can have future meetings like this. Thank you so much. Do you have any closing thoughts to share with our participants?
Just thank you. And I loved that ending. Goodness, I feel like I'm gonna have a good day now. It's early in the morning for me, but that was a wonderful, wonderful way to start the day. And just sending lots of love and positive energy out to everyone out there, because I know that many people are struggling right now. So sending lots of support and lots of good energy and sending good energy. That's I guess the way I'd like to close it out. And thank you.